Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Israeli Global Chamber Metro meetup. We're very happy to have a different format today. Usually what we're doing, we're giving 3 Israeli companies the platform to present themselves and 4 international companies. But this time we wanted to do something a little bit different and bring one of our Metro member and advisory board, Gal Dekel, experience with the municipalities and of course the innovation in municipalities and how Israel municipalities are dealing with different challenges. So what we're going to do is Gal is going to give us a review and some presentation, and then we will be more than happy to hear from Yoel Levy and Eyal Shavit. Yoel was the former deputy mayor for Or Akiva, which is a city in Israel, and he's or Yehuda, sorry, a city in Israel, and he's advising to mayors all over Israel in the fields of technologies and smart cities. And Eyal is the founder of the Business Development Administration at Tel Aviv, and currently is the address and in the position with all businesses in Tel Aviv and municipalities and technologies field. So we're very happy to have you here. And I see that also people join us from Africa, which is great, and India. So we wish Gal good luck. Hope you will enjoy. And afterwards, we will do some networking. Doug is the founder of the Global Chamber. We'll give a few words, and we will give the concept of the Global Chamber, see how we can help each other here. So Gal, you have the stage and the microphone, and thank you for joining us today.
Hey, hi everybody, good evening, and thank you for coming. Tal, thank you very much for inviting me. And this evening I also have 2 guests, as Tal said, I invited Yoel from Or Yehuda and Eyal from Tel Aviv, because I think they can share much better than I can their projects in their cities. So Yoel and Eyal, thank you very much for coming. We only have 25 minutes, so it's going to be short and specific. So I'm Gal, and my company's name is Dakuyot, which is precise in English, not exactly. It's difficult to translate, but what I do on a daily basis is work with municipalities to build infrastructures in education, in welfare, but in the last 2 years, mostly, most of my work is infrastructures, organizational infrastructures for promoting small businesses and local economy. So the project that I will show you here are also projects that come from or has connection to that field. So when we look on municipalities, what interests us is to see how the municipality is focus of influence on the citizens. In Israel, I'm sure in all around the world, the most influential force that touches citizen every day is the municipality. So this is a place where we need to put most of the effort and where we want to make a change or a difference. So what I brought you today is how we are trying to improve the services and the efficiency of the work in the municipalities with technologies, but also with other projects, so we can change the life of the citizens in the city, and how we are working now a lot in different projects on the local economy and how we influence the small businesses. Sorry. So today I brought to you in the field of, let's say, technology, I brought 4 different projects to show you. And the first one is from Or Yehuda, which we call the smart city, But what I invited Yoel to explain to us or to tell us about is how they actually build their own closed internet system or platform so they can be more efficient and quick and give better service to their workers and to the citizens. So Yoel, if you can please open your mic and give us a few minutes of explanation of what it was that you have done.
Thank you, Gal. You can hear me well?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So good evening, everybody, or morning, wherever you are in the world. My name is Yoel Levy, and right now, of course, I'm consulting to mayors, but the challenges that we faced in the last 4 or 5 years, I believe that they are the same challenges for any small, medium-sized municipality all over the world. The same services that we try to provide to our people, to our citizens, are the same no matter where the city is. So if we agree that the language, the municipal language is the same, us, the people who work in technology inside the municipality, has to talk in 2 languages and to be able to translate between the municipal language and the technological language for those who do not understand and do not know this, the terminology. Second point, before I elaborate on the project, innovation on a city level, on a municipality level, is a type of leadership. We are all required to present some kind of leadership in education, in transportation, in the community level. It's the same thing with technology. To adopt changes, to adopt new technologies, when you are always inspected and under the scrutiny of the people who are voting in 2, 3, or 4 years, it's a challenge. Third point, money is always an issue with municipalities. Municipalities always have a problem of not enough funds because they are very big. Geographically, it's not a company, and they have many different demands, and you never have enough money, and there's always something better to do with the spare budget. Lastly, before I present the project, you have to start small. Many projects in the municipality level start very big, on a very large scale, and they collapse because managing the project, a technological project, is very difficult for a city. We experience a problem in Or Yehuda that we have a very, one of the main issues for the people in Or Yehuda was security, personal security. It is always rated very high in surveys of people in cities. They expect the city to deliver some kind of an envelope of security. And usually when we talk about personal security, automatically we think about cameras and speakers in the public domain. So we started looking for technologies that can deliver this solution. Cameras, a large amount of cameras, and very high-speed broadband cameras into some kind of a center, some kind of a control room. And we found out very fast that all technologies require a very big investment in optical fibers, very big projects. And of course, as I said before, you never have enough money for optical fibers, which are very expensive. At that time, about 4 years ago, we discovered a new technology, which is called millimeter waves. It is now very common, and it is used to connect 2 points over the air at the same quality, at the same speed, at the same bit rate of an optical fiber. We, of course, started small. As I said, we implemented a small project, one link, to see if it works. And it works like magic. We connected two buildings and we never had a failure between these two buildings that were about 2 or 3 kilometers apart. It was like stretching of an optical fiber between the buildings. Once we understood that we have something here, a viable solution, we started implementing this solution all over the city. We used strategic high points to connect schools, municipality buildings, public buildings, anything, junctions, parks, public areas, anything that we could put our hands on. We connected, and the number of cameras that we had deployed grew from about 15 or 20 cameras in the first year to 500 in the first year to 900 today. We have now the same ratio of cameras to capita as London. We are a small city. And we did that at a fraction of a budget. Just to make an idea about the cost. If you want to deploy 3 kilometers, about 2 miles of optical fiber, it will cost you about 1 million shekels, which is about $300,000. To cover the same distance with an over-the-air link, it will cost about $10,000, which is 30 times less. The time it will take to implement this solution will be measured in hours and not weeks. And of course, once you do this, once you have the infrastructure, the main highways of information that are owned by the city, paid for by the city once and not over a period of time, you can use the same infrastructure to deliver video, voice over IP, internet to schools, and many more services, as many as you want, because the infrastructure is owned by the city. You invest once and you have the roads, you have the highways for unlimited amount of time. We cut the expenses on communication, the cost for outside communication. We cut it decreased the amount over 20%. And this amount of services that we provide to all of our schools is much better at very high level. We supply broadband internet to all the schools at no additional cost to the schools. We also supply screening services for the schools. We control the content of the internet at no extra cost for the schools. And we manage everything with no addition of personnel to the IT department of the municipality. So the amount of control that we have is almost absolute. The network is very, very big and robust and very stable. And we did not blow our budget on this project.
Thank you very much, Yoel. That was wonderful. And I think what is the most important and interesting for me is how you started. You started from wanting to bring more security to the citizen, and you started with wanting not to use all your budget and not to start going under the town and actually destroying everything else that was there. And then you were looking for some technology that maybe can help, and started small and tried. And I think that's the most interesting for me. When I came to Or Yehuda, it was mind-opening the way you handled these problems that you have. So thank you very much. Yoel, you're staying with us for a few more minutes, right?
Of course.
Okay, so Yoel is here for the Q&A if you have any questions, and I will thank you, Yoel, for now, and I will show you a few more small project. So
can we
yes.
ask a few questions?
Yes, but the best it will be, right, Tal, that we'll leave all the questions for the end. It's okay?
Okay.
Tal? Okay, and Yoel is staying with us, so you can ask questions, no problem. So you know, write down your questions. And I will do it quick so we have enough time for questions. I wanted to show you a little bit of the technologies that we're using. Actually the technology is not that important, but it's the small project that we're doing now in municipalities all around Israel to promote the small businesses and to be more engaged with the citizens in the town. So of course, a lot of the municipalities are building like an urban app, we call it. So one place where you can get all the information about the city. Most of them actually started with education and all of the property tax or these business you have to do with the municipalities, that instead of coming in and make payments, you can do everything online. So this is where it started. But now there's a lot of information that is been given on those apps. A lot of the event information and public announcement. And of course, in Israel, you know that we have a lot of military situations. So there's also all of those military or government or other information that needs to come very, very quickly. So there's a lot of urban apps now. And for example, with Tal, we're trying to promote also the use of the e-card or business cards to get all the businesses together on one platform. So again, the citizens can have all the information and use it better. So about the small businesses, another tool that is being now implemented in a few cities. It's a very interesting one. It's called the demand service. What you're seeing on the screen, it's very difficult to see because it's from the site of one of the towns, and it's very small and it's in Hebrew. But just so you will understand, it's a survey that was done for the citizen and ask them on an app, what services do they need around the place that they are living? Do they need a coffee shop? Do they need a sports place, or a place to do sports? Or do they want to have sport classes? Or do they need transportation or prepared food, or many options? And then the survey what you see here is that you can get an answer according to a specific small city or town. You can see if it's a woman or a man. You can see the age of the people who answered. You can know how many kids they have, if they drive a car. So if you are a business person and you want to build or to open a new business, before you choose your spot and just open a coffee shop, you can go to this survey and have the information of where is it mostly wanted, where is the best place to open your business because there's a need for it. So this is a very interesting survey, and what we use it most is to actually engage with a conversation with the business owners. So they will come to the municipality, we have something to give them, we have something to show them, and start a conversation about what it is needed, and then we get to know them better, and there's a trust starting to be built, and hopefully later we can do more work with those businesses. I wanted Eyal to talk about the circles, but Eyal had to go because something with his daughter, so he apologized. So I will talk about that for a little bit. We call it a circle, but it's actually came from England, and there it is called BEAD, which is Business Improvement District. And it's actually a program where we look at a street or a specific business center where there are a few shops or businesses that sits in the same place. And what the municipality does is helping those businesses in the specific place to get organized and to work together. Also in Or Yehuda, they have now 3 circles. And what the municipality gives into it is, first of all, the infrastructure for the organization, for let meet together and think what to do and work together. So this is the first thing, because business people, they will not start that on their own without someone to help them and to push it forward. And then what the municipality will usually do is give infrastructure in lighting or cameras, or so they will strengthen the security. In Or Yehuda, for example, they did more parking spaces. So when you come to the shop, you have a nice place to put your car, to park, and then to go easily to that shop. And also start to do a lot of cultural event, which anyway, the municipality will do, and they will pay for it. So instead of doing it in some park or somewhere that belongs to the city, they will do these events in the centers, in the small shopping centers, in the streets, and this way bring more of the citizens, of the neighbors, to go around and to enjoy, and of course to shop. So it is called BEAD. In Israel, it's called a circle. And also the government of Israel is having a project that is paying for these building of organizations of businesses. So this is a very interesting project that we're doing now. And if any of you would want to learn more and to bring it to your country, it is a great project to push forward. Many municipalities now with the COVID-19 and all of the a lot of the shops having to move to virtual and to the internet shops. So they built an urban virtual mall. I must say it's not the best, it's not the most successful thing, but it is very important for the businesses and for the citizens to see that the municipality is doing something and organizing information in one place. So in the photo here, you see how in one of our cities called Netanya, they built a very big virtual mall, and they organized it by categories that are once according to what kind of business you have, but also according to where you sit. So there's the local market, and there is the center street, and there's another shopping area. So if I go into that area, or I come to the city, I can open the virtual mall, and I know everything that is going around and where it is, and I can go, and I can also, of course, shop through the virtual mall. Yes, I think I went over everything. Good. So I will say thank you first, but then it's open for Q&As. So go ahead.
Yeah, if somebody wants to have some questions for Yoel or for Gal, this is a great time for you. Suresh, you wanted to ask something? Just unmute yourself if you can, please.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed with what was shown on the internet connectivity and the wave technology. What was shown by Levy, and I would like to know more about it and how we can implement it or replicate it in a country like India. And can we take up a small town as a pilot project, or a city, or a village? And what will happen to the other telecom providers when we implement this?
So if I can answer, one of the most elegant things with this project, that it is very easy to replicate and to scale up or down the project depending on the city. Of course, there is a limit. This kind of project will not be relevant to Chicago, New York, or Delhi. It is a too large city. But to a small and medium city, which is limited in area and in population, it's an ideal project because it can deliver very fast results at very low cost. We must remember that this project is relevant to the organization of the municipality, not to the people of the town, because the infrastructure is only serving the needs of the municipality. The communication lines, the video lines, the VoIP lines, internet lines, but those who are within the organization limit of the municipality. So there is no clash with the other telecommunication companies because their main business is delivering retail solution to homes, to small businesses. The municipality, well, at least in Israel, has a very distinct separation between the municipality area and the business and private sector. So I will be happy, of course, offline to elaborate and to demonstrate how easy it is to take this project, adapt it to any other area or any other environment, and to see how it can be delivered relatively fast and absolutely in a cheaper way.
Mr. Levy, I understand for a population of, let's say, 500,000 people, is it good?
Yeah. Of course, there is a level, well, there is a step that has to be met where there is to be some kind of survey to understand the area and the environment, but basically it can be implemented in any area.
Okay, great. And for a small town of about 200,000 people or 500,000 people, your estimated cost, you said, was about $10,000?
No, it will be the project. If the scale is measured relative to optic fiber, not to any other technology. So to implement in Israel, the same project in Israel that was implemented in the optic fiber technology has cost to another city something like 50 million shekels, which is $20 million, Gal, something like that.
Yeah,
something like $20 million, and we implemented basically the same solution for a city of 50,000 people at about $1.3 or $1.5 million. So that's the scale, 20 or 30 millions to 1.5 or $2 million cost to implement the project.
Okay, so maybe offline we will discuss more on Yes.
I'll make the connection.
Maybe Tal, you
Yeah.
can connect
Sure.
the contact numbers with us. Yeah.
Also, I'm just reminding everybody, please register in the link. So after the meeting, I will send everybody's in the WhatsApp and the emails, all the details of the people that was attending this meeting, and it will be automatic open. I will resend the form that you need to fill in, and please feel free to do so. Thank you very much, Suresh, for the question. And anybody else wants to ask? We have 5 more minutes for Q&As. If you have something to ask Yoel, Gal, please feel free. I know that Hank Marshall, he needed to go, but Hank Marshall is in the city of Phoenix in Arizona, and I will also connect him to you, Yoel, and Gal. He has some questions. Anyone else? Dotan?
Just one more small anecdote for Suresh. I have to emphasize that although we're talking about a new technology, if we copy paste this project to any other city in India, in the United States, of course, 95% of the project is based on local businesses, on local strength. We're not importing. It's not a company that flies overseas and makes a project. We are using only local power to implement. It's not rocket science. It's relatively simple, but the concept, we bring the concept, but the implementation, we use only local people.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay. So
thank you very much, Tal, for having us, and thank you everybody for listening. And we can continue.
Gal, thank you very much. It was a great presentation. Yoel, thank you for joining us today. What we're going to do now is we're going to have some networking. So we have like 1 minute, 1 minute. So please keep the timing. But before we're starting the circle of presenting who are you, what kind of business are you doing, and what kind of connection would you like? Doug, are you here? Can you hear us? Yeah. Doug is the founder of Global Chamber, and I would really like you to say a few words, and then we will continue to our networking.
Okay, appreciate it, Tal. Really interesting conversation, and thanks for not just the information, but your passion around getting us connected to new opportunities. That's what those of us at Global Chamber are focused in on every day, listening to members, asking questions. Who do you want to meet? Where do you see growth opportunities? Perhaps there's never been, and I actually, not perhaps, I think this is true. There's never been a time in history when there were so many opportunities ahead of us in trade around the world. The technology is facilitating just some really exciting things. It's bad timing for Israel, but in 5 hours, we have Coupang, which is the Amazon of South Korea, speaking about exporting products to South Korea. I did find out that we're not allowed to post the recording publicly, but if you are interested in it, and even though it's 4 p.m. Pacific time, which is early in the morning, plus it's Friday morning, so it's all bad for Israel. However, if you register, you'll be on the list that gets the unlisted recording of that. And so whether you or someone has a consumer product that has potential in Asia, I would recommend connecting to that, which is, again, another thing that we try to do other than meetups is, how do we find ways to connect you to opportunities that are around the world? And there's never been so many. So we're very busy. We know you're very busy. So thank you for taking the time today. And Tal, as always, thank you for your leadership and keeping us all together and keeping Israel on the map. Not that it isn't, but it's always important, I think, to to sing the praises of champions of global leadership, both in trade and in ethics and in professionalism. And you've assembled a growing membership within the country that is impressive, and whatever we can do to help, please let us know. Thank you, Tal.
Thank you very much, Doug. And now let's make our chat box full with connections. So let's start with, I see Indira is here and she's available. So Indira,
amazing.
Yeah, she is running for office and she's very busy. So, but we will give her the honor. So, Indira, please, you have like 1 minute to present yourself. Indira is also a co-executive director for the Guanajuato Metro, right?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you very much, Tal. Thank you, Doug. It's very nice to see you all. I've been missing some of these wonderful events, and believe me, it's not because I don't want to, it's because, yes, life is happening. And yeah, my name is Indira Jeffrey. I am the adjunct director for the Global Chamber Guanajuato, but also I have a business consulting, a global business consulting. And what I do is just to connect companies that like to do business with Mexico and Mexican companies that like to do business with the world. And like Tal mentioned it, I'm running for office for city council in Chandler, Arizona. That's why I want to be in this event, because I knew I was going to learn things about how Israel is running, you know, some of their businesses. And I would love to connect with the two presenters. Thank you very much, Tal.
Thank you very much, Indira. Always a pleasure to see you here. And let's move on to India, to our executive director in Hyderabad, Shankar. Please, you have 1 minute, my friend. Good to see you here.
Hello, my name is Shankar Damodaran, and good to see you, Tal, after a long time. Not since I thought of you, because I always see your messages and I always wanted to connect. But in the meantime, what has happened is, besides the global trade and all of that, I have got myself involved in AI. And I think AI is the electricity of today, where everything and anything has to connect with AI and take things forward. And my personal interest is to bring cities AI adapted. And I think tonight's meeting is so wonderful to see that technology is the next step to bringing the whole world closer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Shankar. And let's go to Africa, to Ghana. Ruby. Ruby is the executive director of the Global Chamber, and she's also a gateway to Africa. So Ruby, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. I'll keep it very short. I'm based in Accra, Ghana. So anyone looking to explore my markets, please reach out to me. I've put my details in the chat box. So I look forward to engaging with individuals. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ruby. Let's go to our executive director in Mumbai. Aparna, are you here?
Hi, Tal. I'm very much here. It was such an interesting conversation and presentation. I really loved it. And I think India is now in that phase where, you know, I was just reading that out of about 4,000 odd cities that we have, only 12 are smart cities. So smart cities definitely is an area of huge interest for me, more out of academic, but of course that can definitely, you know, get converted into a project of sorts. But so that said, my name is Aparna Randive, and I head the Global Chamber Mumbai chapter as executive director. In addition to that, I also lead a venture called the Gateway to India, which essentially is a one-stop shop for anyone wanting to come into India and set up a business. So I handhold them through the entire process, and you know, whether it is finding leadership teams for them, doing cross-cultural training and coaching for them, or whether it is you know, finding the right partners for them, and so on and so forth. And it's wonderful to be here, a part of Tal's meeting as always. Tal, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Aparna. And let's move to one of our guests, Daniel. Would you like to present yourself, what you're doing? You have 1 minute, and what kind of connection would you like to have?
Yes, hello, I'm coming to you. Thank you, Tel, from home in New York. I have relatives in Israel, but I am coming as the new advisor for Tashkent, Uzbekistan, Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, Dushanbe, Tajikistan, all places that I've worked. My team wrote the plan for what became the Innovation Ministry in Uzbekistan, and we are currently privately rolling out some of the projects we had planned for the Innovation Ministry to help solve societal problems and meet the SDGs. Big issue is we don't have financing, so we are currently fundraising. We have team, we have government connections, we have land, but we need financing to implement some of our projects. And while that is going on, I'm also looking for freelance and consulting opportunities as well. So I'm hoping to return to Central Asia in the future, but I may get diverted if something else comes up before we raise the money. But so just quickly, if you have any questions about that region, yeah, you're free to contact me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Please leave the details in the chat box. And moving on to Suresh. Suresh, good to see you here. You have 1 minute to present yourself. Go ahead, my friend.
Thank you. I think Shankar had sent in the link, and I got connected now. And I would definitely like to understand more about the smart cities and the municipalities, so that through my foundation we could do some good work with some of the small towns and help the small towns improve on that. So I would definitely like to look at the technology, what Mr. Levy had presented, and look forward to seeing that.
Great, thank you very much. And let's go to one of our guests, Itzhak Mostovich. Itzhak, you have 1 minute. Go ahead, my friend.
Okay. Hi, I am Isaac Mostovich. I am a business psychologist, and like psychologists who put the clients and tries to understand his behavior, to improve his behavior. I'm trying to improve the behavior of the company. The behavior of the company is directly linked to the leader of the company. And my ideal clients are those who disassociated themselves from the company. That means they have no drive any longer. They have no motivation because they have made it. They are okay. And they forget that their commitment to the company. And I link them back to the company, and we measure success very easily. We want to see financial improvement of the performance of the company. And side by side, those leaders who have made it started to have physical, emotional, mental problems, mental problems. They forgot about their friends, and it all goes hand in hand. So we fix one, we fix the other side.
Thank you very much, Itzhak and Isaac. And please put your details in the chat and ask what kind of connection specifically would you like, and we hope that we can connect to you. Moving to Dotan and Gal, I'm leaving you to the last, okay? And Yael, so don't worry. Moving to Alex. Alex, I have a very interesting conversation today with Alex. So Alex, you have 1 minute, my friend. Hopefully we'll present for 4 whole minutes next time. Go ahead, my friend.
Awesome, thank you, Tal. And thank you to Joel and Gal for the wonderful presentation. I really learned a lot about the awesome job Israel is doing in terms of the municipalities. As Tal said, my name is Alex Rohana. I actually have family in Israel, just outside of Haifa. But I'm here working in DC for Factum Global. Factum Global is an international consulting firm. So we help businesses and associations expand outside of their native borders. So whether from the US to other countries or from other countries to the US. We do have an office in Colombia, in Bogota, Colombia, where our founder is from. So we do have that niche of Latin America specialty. But obviously we've worked all over the world. So if anyone has any questions about more about what Factum Global does, we help from the research to the implementation of the project, whether it's just developing a strategy or implementing a physical plant operation. We can help with any of those things. So please reach out and I'd be happy to connect with anyone.
Thank you very much, Alex. Let's move on to Yael. Yael is our member in the GC Israel. Yael, you have 1 minute. Good to see you after 1 month of, you have a course on Thursdays, right?
Yes, I have a startup course. It will be another month of the course and that's it until September. But yes, we're working on a startup, so I'm studying about it. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much, Tal. I really missed these meetings. I'm Yael Cohen-Elias from the company Box on Time. We are handling the import and export solutions. If you're interested in import or export to Israel, from Israel, we have also an office in China. We can help you with that issues. We do also the regulations in Israel for imported goods. Nice to be here and thank you so much. And please feel free to connect with me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yael. Please leave the details in the chat. And moving to our good friend, Terry Levine. Terry from the city of Utah in the States. Terry, you have 1 minute, my friend.
Terry Levine here in Park City, Utah, at the center of Rocky Mountain, with fresh air. It's like the hot temperature of Phoenix, Arizona, that I can see the channel. Oh my God, 110, no. Here is a fresh 70, 80 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 35. Thierry Levine, I'm one of the global advisors here for the state of Utah. Speaking of smart cities technology, we have here in Utah a group of people interested in those technologies and working this. I remind you that we have a wonderful group called Silicon Slopes, which is the Silicon Valley of Utah, basically. And we have the big Silicon Slopes Tech Summit next October 13 and 14. A portion of this presentation will be about smart cities technologies. Our mayor in Salt Lake City, Erin Mandel, is an engineer, in fact, who is very interested in all those technologies and better managing public services in cities with smart technologies. So we are really a good group. So we recommend everybody in Israel to look at what we do here in Israel, here in Utah, in this technology. For the rest, I'm a business developer freelancer, so I have people who can create jobs here in the state of Utah. I'm also a mentor.
Thank you very much, Terry. Please leave the details in the chat box. And always a pleasure to see you in our meetups. Moving now to our dear friend Dotan. Dotan is a member in the Global Chamber Israel. And Dotan, you have 1 minute. Good to see you here.
Yes, thank you very much. Great honor to be here. So my company is dealing with international business development. We help manufacturers, developers, and bring many technologies for entering to new markets worldwide. We are just located in Israel. We operated in more than 20 countries, a lot in Latin America, Europe, Middle East, and soon in Africa. We are very familiar with the water technology, energy, agriculture, homeland security, healthcare, especially telehealth, and now also with education. We have a new programs for education, consultancy, and new courses for academy and for startup hubs. So it will be of interest to meet some of you, especially in Africa and Mexico, bring some new ventures. We have something really, really astonishing. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dotan. Always a pleasure that you are here with us. Before we are summarizing with Gal, I'm going to give Arturo, which I saw that he joined us. Arturo is the executive director in Guadalajara, Mexico. He's a good friend. Arturo, good to see you here. Go ahead, my friend. You have 1 minute.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tal. Thank you, everyone. It's a great pleasure to be in your events. Always very, very crowded. And I am in Central Mexico. Central Mexico, it's well known for industrial, automotive, aerospatial, and we have also many other industries such as agriculture, and many states are coming into Guanajuato because we have a very good location. We're in the middle of the country, and we have access to both oceans, Atlantic and Pacific. And we are looking for opportunities. If you guys want to explore, if anybody wants to explore this area, please contact me. I will leave my information on the chat, and we can see what we can do for your companies here in Central Mexico.
Thank you very much, Arturo, and thank you for joining us today. Gal, I'll do 2 minutes. One, I'll present you, and then you will present yourself.
No, I want to present you.
Okay, so Gal is very modest, but first of all, the presentation you gave was very, very interesting and with a lot of knowledge. So thank you very much for this. Gal is an ocean of knowledge with everything that relates to municipalities. She's consulting all over, and she's very unique in her thinking. She's well known and well connected in all municipalities in Israel, and she's very modest about it. So if you have any ideas to connect to municipalities or to bring some ideas to international and open a new window of thinking and technologies and experience. She has over 10 years experience. I know Gal for a long time now, many years, and she's very modest about what she's doing, but she's amazing, as you probably see. She can bring everybody in Israel in a snap of a finger. And I really appreciate all the work that you're doing as well here. Feel free to reach out to her and get some ideas, maybe consult with her, and please leave Gal, leave your details in the chat so people can connect with you.
But you said to put the details on the e-card, so
also put your e-card in the chat.
Well, Tal, thank you very much. I don't think I need to say any more, but I'm here and I'm happy to be here and be with you and with Tal and in the Global Chambers. And yes, any questions or ideas you want to share about municipalities' work, that's my field. So feel free. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much for the evening today. I will also give a 1-minute presentation because some people doesn't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm also the executive director in Global Chamber Israel, but I do have a company that's called Green Book USA. We're making innovation and innovative products for companies and municipalities and businesses that helps you to communicate very fast. One of the products is called the e-cards. All the links that you are seeing here in the chat, it's actually enhancing all the digital assets that you have very easily, customize it all the time. Of course, when you are opening in your phone, it's much better user experience. If you have any companies that would like to move on and leave the paper card and stay tuned all the time with all the innovation, refer them to me. I'll be more than happy to give them service. And thank you for joining us today. Before we're going, I see that Cesar is here, very quiet. Cesar, are you here? Can you hear us?
Sure, Tom, I'm always here.
Yeah, sorry for missing you, my friend. If you would, Cesar is the vice president in the Global Chamber. He's the one that connects everybody to everybody. So, and helping us a lot with everything. Doug and Cesar working amazing to help us to grow our business. So thank you for this. Cesar, would you like to say something?
Yeah, no, thanks again, everyone, and thanks, Hank. I think Hank already left, but I reached out to him yesterday. It was a great discussion. I'm always behind the scenes, making notes, trying to make connections, and so anything you need from me, or outside of Israel, connecting with members around the world, feel free to reach out at cesar@globalchamber.org. So, thanks.
Thanks, Cesar, for everything. And we are right on the top of the hour. So our guests that are not members yet, as you see, this is only one of the events that we're having. We have warm introductions. We have many contacts. We actually can help to do business much easier around the globe with warm connections. The thing is that the people in the Global Chamber, they have validation. I always say it's high-end people with high-level attitude. So please reach out to us. We will give you more information. Usually I'm giving a short presentation about the Global Chamber, but now I think that all of us is members already, and Isaac, we already talked on the phone. So let's move to a great weekend. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today. And stay tuned for the next event that we have. We have an amazing event on the 19th with Ruby and Selam from Ethiopia and Ruby from Ghana. Of course, we have Cross Metro, so we'll be more than happy to have as many of you. Maybe we'll have good connections. And with that being said, Doug, if you want to say something else, or we can wrap up this meeting with good energy.
Good job, Tal. Excellent. And just one quick question on Gal. She, as you said, she's humble in her abilities. I think she and I are connected in LinkedIn, but it's in Hebrew, I believe, and I can't find it because so she might want to, maybe as the follow-up of this, if there's a way that we can get a hold of her there, that would be awesome. So
I'm so happy that you said, because I'm saying here to change the title in English for
No, the title is already in English, but I'm actually working on my LinkedIn. It's difficult for me, but I'm doing my best. Doug, I do follow you and I see everything, but I will try my best to write more in English. Well.
Yeah, now I have Doug in my corner, so you have to do
Yeah,
that.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'll do my best.
Tal, before you leave, there's a cross metro that Mumbai has with New York on the 19th as well. So everybody who's here is more than welcome to participate and be a part of that program as well.
Great. Thank you very much, Aparna. And feel free to reach out to different, either to me or to Doug, Cesar, or any other executive director. So you can present in each other Metro Meetup. This is how we can help each other and help you to get more exposure in the Global Chamber. And of course, maybe to convert to your exposure to deals, which is great business. So thank you very much, everybody, and thank you for joining us this Thursday. Have a great weekend and hope to see you soon.
Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Aparna, let's connect. Let's
Yes, Dutta. Yes, definitely.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Tal.
Bye, Tal.
Got it.